Are you going to get my channel banned?
No, it's good. It's good. Jonathan, you're going to like it.
All right.
Oh, go ahead. Restart it. Go ahead, Jordan.
No.
It's already started.
Yeah, okay.
It's already going.
Hello, everybody.
No, it's a good catchphrase. It's a good title for a show. Yeah, I like it.
What is it?
Our thing. No, I'm
Okay,
going to wait
all right.
until we introduce this. This is all staged. Life is all show. I'm just joining the matrix.
Was that in the script? I don't know. Look at the script. Yeah.
Somewhere. I'm eating farm fresh eggs,
Yeah.
so I'm a little distracted.
Oh, good. Nice.
I haven't had farm fresh eggs in like 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Like real eggs.
Yeah, they're the best. There's so much more in it. They're minerals, they have all vitamins, good for the heart, for everything. Yeah. And they're very yummy. Eggs are very yummy.
All right. Should we get
What was I going to say?
started? Or?
I don't remember now. Never mind.
Oh, welcome everybody.
Yeah.
Now you're breaking up. Now that we started, you're
Hi.
breaking up.
Say hi. to-
John,
Get the aluminum antenna.
Hello.
So, yeah, I have to do.
Guys,
Yeah, now
it's
they
dead.
break up.
It's
That's
dead, guys. Oh, that's me. You're still there, right, Christine?
my ears. I don't have ears in.
Yes.
With the jaw problem.
Yeah, Gerard, I don't.
Welcome to Ancient
Can
Knowledge.
I comment somehow? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Wait.
An
Yeah, it
ongoing
was better.
discussion about what we lost.
Okay.
Are they back?
I think they're back now.
Oh.
They're back.
You know
I
what?
hear them. They was clear.
We'll turn my devices off. That's probably right. I had everything on Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I'll just not turn mine off too.
All right. Well, I'm just going to turn Wi-Fi off.
Oh
that's
yeah,
all.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Wi-Fi is okay. See.
Say that.
See, it's all lagging and catching up.
Wi-Fi. Put your phone. Oh, darn. I'm black. Oh, still
Are we
lagging?
lagging?
Okay, are you here now? There's still a lag.
Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Yes, we
Yes.
hear you.
Give a thumbs up if you hear us.
Yeah, of course. Of
All
course.
Is it working? Are we good
Yeah,
now?
it's working.
Yeah, but
It's
there is
working.
like a lag.
There's a lag. Okay. All right.
We're literally going to space and coming back down, so there's going to be a little bit of a lag.
Let me put mine on airplane mode. Okay, there we go. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, I might be downloading Netflix movies.
Is that
Oh.
right?
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
curious.
Well,
And you put them, that's good. Put them, I don't see movies for a long time. Always
yeah, that's what I meant.
1, 2, so I can see.
It's not my thought. It's Jeff Foxworthy. He did it. I didn't do it. Jeff Foxworthy did it. How do I exit smart downloads? I think if I just exit, that'll. I bet you it probably started downloading something. Let's see if that speeds it up.
Intermission. This was
All right, while we're
4 minutes.
waiting, Susan dance.
4 minutes.
Susan's gonna dance for us while we're waiting.
Waste of time. Waste of time. Oh, that was loud.
Are we still good? It looks fluid to me.
Looks good.
Okay,
Wait a minute, why are there no comments?
because nobody
Is anyone
wanted
Yeah,
there?
it's funny, no comments.
edit your-
Usually Riley or somebody being saying she's high.
Right.
I didn't see comments either. But I see if I just check if it's on mine.
Marsha
I
got
got the notification that we're live on YouTube.
I will watch on my
Something
Facebook.
working.
edit privacy.
Hey, there we go. There's someone.
Oh yeah, there is someone. Okay.
Oh, that's
there we go.
YouTube though.
Emil is in the house.
Okay.
Facebook is
No, you are
YouTube.
on Facebook. You're on Facebook too. Yeah, I can see it. I have it. Yeah.
Are we on
Oh,
Facebook?
they are?
Yes, you're on Facebook because I stand on Facebook. I look at Facebook now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, so
I was eating
Yeah.
bowl in my stomach, so if it was
Mhm.
weird, so I'm gonna sit
Right.
back.
Yeah, there you go. Right. How's
all right,
everyone?
so nobody heard your introduction, George. Oh my
Hi,
God.
everybody.
Okay,
He has been out here too.
so okay,
long.
people here. There's a couple people here, so I can say my catchphrase. Okay,
Say
Right?
your
There are a
catchphrase.
couple people there.
so we're gonna read today because I'm excited about this catchphrase. We're gonna read today about misconception of spirit as energy by Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Is that right?
David, yes, good.
Okay, March 19th, 1982.
Yeah.
Okay. But, right? So it's more of a philosophical discussion. So we're about to do some philosophy in your face.
A what?
It's a good one, right, Jonathan?
What's this?
Oh. What? What? A
Hey,
what?
bros, did you hear it? Did you hear it? We're gonna drop some philosophy in your
A
face.
Falafel. I'm not hungry.
Falafel.
I don't want a falafel. I don't want no falafel.
on,
I just
that's-
ate a
That's
burrito.
good. That's good.
I love falafel, by the way.
I don't want a falafel. I don't want one.
That's good. I don't care what anybody says. That's great.
I just ate.
Jonathan liked it.
Ah,
They're lagging again, aren't they?
Okay. Everybody, yeah. Let's start. We have to get in the mood.
yeah, we can hear you fine. There you go.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
Are you guys there?
Jonathan likes it.
Okay. Come on.
I know.
Are we?
People,
All right. Okay, here we go.
before we start.
Yes.
Do you hear us?
So this is
Okay.
how would you describe this? A little bit of a talk
It's a talk and
Did
it's
she-
an explanation.
she gave. Was this from
Yeah, it's
a
from
talk
a
that
big
she
talk.
gave, Christine?
Yes, she gives always
Yeah.
talk when there were.
Okay.
When
It's
she's, I just explained.
title
Maybe I can explain a little bit. Shri
Miss
Mataji Nirmala Devi is an
Yeah.
Indian guru. She
Susan
passed away, and she
said-
yeah. And she gave all the time a lot of talks, and in many countries, almost all over the world, she went to give the message of true knowledge and true enlightenment. And she gave everybody enlightenment by her. Yeah.
spirit
He's talking and it's breaking up and he can't
energy.
hear you.
Okay. Okay, that was not clear.
Yeah, can you hear it?
Now you can, yeah, now you're back clear again.
Now we can,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
No, because look at how it's flowing in the background. It's still cutting up.
Ah, yeah, true. Oh, that's a pity.
Yeah. Like the
That's
video.
Yeah. But normally on the land, it's always good, the live stream. Sorry, guys, you have to a little bit patience. We will get there.
This is a disaster. Saturn, Venus, Mars conjunction. Saturn in the middle. This is reality.
Yeah. Anyhow. Jonathan, maybe you can... yeah, now they're frozen. So
I know.
maybe I can just give a little bit an introduction by Shri Mataji, because before they're ready. So Shri Mataji is actually my guru, and she passed away in 2011. But she went all over the world to give her message of true knowledge, spirituality from the truth of spirituality, and she gave everybody enlightenment, self-realization. So that means self-realization is that our connection with divine energy is connected. As we are not connected, most of us are not connected with divine energy because of wrong religions. And she brought it back, and that's not only her, but she is the most pure one in my idea. I cannot say that, but for me. And there are also other gurus who do that. But the knowledge of the Vedas is by most gurus known, but not every guru uses it to the benevolence of the people who come to them. And she also warned us for false gurus who want to make money, but she gave everything for free. She never asked money. And so when you want to come and join meditation, it's always for free, wherever you go in the world. That was the message. You should not ask money for knowledge which is divine. It's not from human beings. Right. God has no bank account, so you have to give that for free. And if you need money, right, you have to go work for it. I mean, that's the way she's... And she was very strong about that. She said, if you ask too much money, I will not support you. I mean, energy-wise, you will be thrown out. So she was very strict with honesty and truth. And don't mesmerize people. Be humble. Give them... beam for them. Try to give them self-realization. Learn them to meditate. That's the most important. And that's how you can rise humanity on a higher level. So, and Jonathan is going to read something out of...
right.
What she wrote between... what is confusing with energy and spirit. Most of the people... we confuse it. Even I confuse it because I read it. I didn't hear her talks because she gave more than 5,000 talks. I mean, she was from the 60s. She went all over the world till she became 80 something, and she died at 86. I mean, she passed away. We don't die, but we pass away. And right. There's so many talks. But now I give the word to Jonathan.
Well, he's
okay.
I think
right, here we go.
Can he? All right. Well, just because you're choppy.
Okay. You want to read it?
Just in case.
Okay.
Well, we switched. We're on a different device. Is this any better?
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, your audio's fine. Good. Like it's a little with the video, but your
audio is excellent.
Yeah. Do you want to try reading it, Jonathan? And if it messes up, then I'll just pick up where you leave off. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, here it is. So it's titled Misconception of Spirit as Energy. Now, there is another misunderstanding I find that people have about spirit. They think spirit is an energy. It is not. It's not an energy. Energy can be transformed. It can be changed. It can be evolved. It can be handled, and all of that. Spirit is not. Spirit is absolute. It cannot be compared with anything else that you know of. It is an absolute thing. It resides in your heart. It's the reflection of God Almighty within ourselves. And you cannot call it an energy. Energy can be finished off, spent away. It can disappear into thin air. not the spirit. It's a permanent entity. It is absolute by itself, and it cannot be compared with anything else. I mean, just to give an analogy, one can say something, but that's a different point, just to give. But you cannot compare an absolute with anything that is relative. So that's an absolute thing within you, which resides in your heart. And when this residual power of Kundalini rises, it ignites the attention within you with this spark of the spirit. Now, supposing this light is here, take it as an example. If you put on this light, of course, this light is an energy, so you cannot compare with anything you know. That's the trouble. But still, if you say this is the light, now this light enlightens this whole atmosphere, and we start seeing things here clearly. But do you think that light, which is there, is the one that is your attention? Not at all. Your attention is enlightened by that light. The light enlightens your attention. By that attention, you can feel the all-pervading power, the divine power, the energy of God, the divine energy of God, the energy of the love of God. You can feel it because it's a connecting link. Spirit is the connecting link, but it is completely absolute. It just connects you to that all-pervading power, that all-pervading power. I think we have talked about creation when we said that. The whole Parabrahma became the energy and God Almighty. That's the world. That's the world. Christine, how would you define Parabrahma?
Parabrahma is actually
of course.
It's the universe. It's actually it is
Yes.
all within God, but God was not aware of it. There was I think that's how I understand it. It's the universe, it's the creation, but and that's Parabrahma. Yeah.
Right. Para, the prefix para means I believe total.
Yeah, total.
Or all.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me go back to it again here. Okay. I think we have talked about creation when we said that the whole Parabrahma became the energy and God Almighty, which was lost in the Parabrahma, meaning in a sleeping state, became the witness consciousness. Now, this witness is in the heart of human beings. This witness is all the time there. When it disappears, you do not exist. So it is not an energy. One has to understand. Actually, someone has written a book on Sahaja Yoga, and when I was going through it, I was shocked to read that he thinks that spirit is an energy. So energy, the Shakti, is not that spirit, and the spirit is not Shakti. They have to meet. They have to meet so that the enlightenment in human beings of the chitta, the attention, takes place.
Mm-hmm.
This.
Yes. I love that.
Sorry.
I love that whole thing.
Yeah, and that is the female, is the energy, is as the Kundalini, that's the Shakti, and the spirit is in your heart. That's actually Shiva, is Shakti and Shiva. She has to pass through the heart. I mean, that's the energy. It put on the light or make it aware, so we get connected with the divine energy out. Yeah.
Right.
All around us, it's always there. It's like the Tao. The divine energy is a Tao. Like you come, like Lao Tzu of who is it? Confucius. It's Lao. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Tao. That is actually the female energy. And if our spirit is asleep, we are not aware of it. So, and Shakti is female, and yes, spirit, and that's the reflection of actually the masculine power of Shiva. They have to connect with each other, and then you follow. I mean, and a lot of people have that already awakened without their knowing. But if you know it, if you're aware of it, you can meditate and it gets stronger, and you can witness what is happening. You can witness the crazy play in the world without getting involved, and you can create your own world. That is actually what we should do now in these times. So witness is like, we don't get involved in the world outside us, emotional, mentally, how would I say, that we get lost. So we are like, if we get lost from the spirit, and means everyone can do with that. We are the play ball of mesmerizing all things that wants to mesmerize us or something. But if we are still witness, nobody can touch us. Wherever we are, if we are poor, we are rich, it doesn't matter actually. We are always connected, and we can see it like a play. But for example, if you have an accident, if you already had an accident, I had once an accident, and then you only witness it because you don't feel emotions anymore. Because I was with my car, I drove from a bridge, so my car was tumbling, and of course you get so shocked, and you are not in the emotion. You just see everything happening without reacting to it, and that is actually a very strong example of witness power. But also, like, if we look at the war now, we can get involved and we can choose sides, which doesn't solve it. But if we witness it from the heart with love, that war might stop. If the witness power is very, very big, it's like Shiva is witnessing, we can stop all the bad things. But if we get involved and we're judging and we're doing all that kind of stuff, then it does get worse. So we create karma. We create karma by getting involved. But if we I can say it better like this. If we let the energy do what it needs to do, the divine energy through us as human beings, then we do the right things without creating karma, because it's then the divine energy who determines what to do. So, and you have no karma, you don't create karma anymore. So that is like when you feel without thinking. No, if your gut feeling, I think it's a lot. You can, intuition or gut feeling. You just do it because you feel you have to do it. Yes.
I'm sorry. When you said the war, which one are you referring to? Are you referring to the 20 or 30 invasions we got going right now from the United States? Or are you referring to some other war? What are there any other wars other than ours right now?
Real war.
All war, all
which
wars.
War?
Actually.
Okay, good. Because you said the war, and I was thinking, there must be one significant war that's happening.
This war right
outside
here.
of all of our wars.
This one.
The
true. Real war.
Yeah, real. That's
spiritual
real war.
warfare.
So, like in the Mahabharata, like, actually we're all brothers and sisters, but we fight each other with the stupid. So and that is what you want to say. You fight actually, you're killing each other, and you don't serve anyone. You don't serve yourself. You serve wrong. I mean, she says they are demons. She says, she speaks a lot of, she doesn't speak so much. Yeah, she speaks about it. So you serve them. You never serve yourself by getting involved in wars. Never. Unless you have to defend yourself. You have the right to defend yourself.
Right.
If you need to kill someone because it would kill your child, so that's not a sin, I would say. It's not me. You just do it without, but then you do it without emotion or something. You see there is something wrong, like you're like in a movie. Like you watch yourself doing like in a movie. But if you're, I don't know, I'm not so good in explaining it. Jonathan, you can explain Tao better than me. It's like the Tao. You follow the path of Tao and it will guide you. And sometimes you have to do things which you otherwise wouldn't do things, but you let it happen. And sometimes, I don't know. It's like your own human brain is not involved. You let actually divine act through you. But I'm sorry.
That's right.
Don't know how...
That right there. That right there is you don't know it. You simply step out of the way.
Yes.
For spirit to arise.
Yes.
Because it's within all of us. One other thing I wanted to say about what she says at the end there. about the witness consciousness. I got two things to say. The witness consciousness is the selfless self. That's
Yes.
how another
Yes.
sage describes it. The selfless self,
Yes.
meaning not the little, the little persona that I think I am,
Yeah.
or that I think other
Yeah.
people think I am, or that
Yeah.
people think that I am.
Yeah.
The other thing is the interaction that she says there at the end between Chitta, energy, or is it no, not Chitta.
Attention.
Chitta is awareness,
It's
but
awareness.
Shakti
It's attention.
and yes,
Yeah.
and if you are unconscious, there is no interrelationship. There
Yeah.
is no relation of the self to the self.
Yes, exactly.
There's no self relation. And it is that self relation that manifests spirit.
Yes, and that's why
And
we
that
call
also
it,
manifests pure awareness, the witness
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah, it's the great
Yeah.
self that acts all the time through you. Then, when you're really aware, it's not your ego
Yes.
or your emotions. It's just the great
Mhm.
awareness. Like you get lost in
Right.
helping. If you love to help each other, your ego gets lost because you
Yeah.
enjoy the helping of other people, and then you feel
Right.
the constant joy, and that is the spirit who is acting through you much more than you think. What can I get out of it? That's always
Mhm.
ego.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And the sages always say, be the same in good times and bad.
Yeah,
Be tranquil,
yeah.
whether you're winning or losing or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the witness consciousness.
Yeah, and it's
The
also
witness
like you.
consciousness is unmoved.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
like Buddha, he said once. There was one. That's a good example. So there was one. Buddha was in his time. People were coming to him when he was enlightened, and there was one fellow who didn't like him, and he was scolding him and this and that and doing really very bad
Yes.
stuff to him. And then
Right.
then he heard to some. You know who that was? And then he said, no, he's the great Buddha. Some people told him. And then, oh my God, I need to apologize. So next day he went to the Buddha and he bowed and everything. And then I said, oh, I apologize. And the Buddha said, for what? Yeah, yesterday I was doing really, really very
Yeah.
bad stuff and saying bad words to you. And I'm really, oh, yesterday doesn't exist. So I don't know anything about it. So that means he doesn't take in, you live in the present. So that's like, yeah. So you don't get
Right.
involved because then you start reacting. So if you don't have an ego, you see it happening, but it doesn't do you anything because it's it is not with the self related. So it's Maya. It's actually illusion. And that's why Buddha said, that yesterday is not there and tomorrow is also not there. I'm here now. So that doesn't exist anymore. Anyhow, something
Right.
like that. But yeah. I mean, when we did the talks over Tao, you were Gerard. So that was like most of the time that's what you should be. It was a long time ago. I think we did talks about Tao. It's like you follow the flow, and you try not to get involved in it. Yeah.
Yes.
That was a lifetime ago.
Yeah, that was a lifetime ago. Yes, but that's kind of the same that she exists.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Which reminds me. Which reminds me, we do need to get back to reading the Tao, though.
Yeah.
We never finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only 80 pages.
Yeah. So Susan, maybe you can explain also because you want.
It's very short. But it's the kind of book where you could easily read just the first poem and sit and think about it for an hour or a day.
It took us like 5 weeks to get through 1/4 of it.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I have to. The thing is, Srimati says, don't listen to my talk from your mind. Listen to with the heart and actually with the connection with the because you don't interpret my talks. You imbibe my talks, and it will work out itself. So If
Right.
you imbibe what she says, it will manifest the reality. If you start analyzing it, I mean, yeah, then it's still in the mind only. But of course, we do that. We are from the West. We analyze and we try to understand it. I mean, Indian people, they listen. They never ask questions most of the time. They imbibe it and they let it deeper integrate because they have still that culture from they had so many wise people and holy people on their from the old ancient times, which still in them. So they imbibe it more easily than we do. Not now anymore because it's too much mesmerized by the West nowadays too. So it's less. But like 20 years ago,
Yes.
they were much better still. But
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. Well, you know, the way to there's a the Danish sage Kierkegaard says, formula for killing the spirit: form a group. And that's what the West does.
Yes.
We form groups in the West. You know, we build institutions and make rules, and you know, and he cut through all of that.
Yeah,
The
exactly. It's
you know,
happening in Sahaj now. It's totally dying. I mean, not her knowledge, but it's became institution. It's crazy. Always like that.
Right.
Well, that's how it goes.
Right. The only laws that we owe any that we should follow are the highest laws. All other laws are just bullshit.
I was actually live streaming on that this morning.
Basically. Yeah.
Like I'm done, to be honest with you. Like, and my point was that we've gone so far, we've created so many man laws over so much BS that at this point I'm doing what I want to do. And if that puts me in conflict with whoever who doesn't want me to, then that's just a conflict that needs to happen. But there's the laws of the cosmic law, call it God's law, whatever you want to call it. Then there's like man's law. Well, I mean, where we live, you know, we had this thing called a Constitution and Bill of Rights. They burned that up and did what they wanted to do as an oligarchy. And so now we're in a place where, because, what's that?
That was still inspired by good. I mean, by
natural law.
Yes.
They were.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, I mean, they were inspired, but you know where we are, like it's gone so far that I'm tired at this point. Like, I mean, they violated this contract we had with them so many times. Like, you know, you guys, you're allowed to do what's in the Constitution as government, right? Which is basically to do nothing. It's only to protect our rights.
Yeah.
You know, our Bill of Rights showed all the things we could do and more. And they have violated that since I was born, right? Ever since I can remember, they have not stuck to that contract. And so I'm going to be honest with you, when you said that, that's what hits me this morning, which was, you know what? I actually don't give two damns what government says. I don't care anymore. They can go have whatever little oligarchical pedophilia, you know, war is good when they say so. It's bad when they don't say so. They can do whatever they want. I'm going to do what I want. And if we come in conflict, then I'm fine with that. But I'm going to live under the one law. They can't respect a contract. Why would you ever respect someone who can't respect you or the contract between you?
Yeah, exactly. But if you follow then the divine law, you're protected. That's also the thing. Nothing will happen to you. I mean, if you follow it fully, yeah. So we all still have our little egos, but you're 100% protected.
Yes.
And that's the only law that really matters. You know, and so I'm not a revolutionary person, nothing like that. I'm going to live my life and I'm going to do what I got to do. and if that comes into conflict with anyone else, then that's a problem that's supposed to happen. But, you know, we can't continue to head the direction of Canada, as example, right? I mean, like, you know, this Trudeau guy, the man hates Canada. He hates Canadians. This man he is a nut job and a loon. And so we can't continue to let them slide. I don't think. I think we need to go back to living our lives in sync with the one law, and maybe down the road somewhere we'll all come together again and form some sort of country or whatever, and we'll all want to come up with laws that respect human sovereignty. But for right now, I'm done. I don't care. I don't care about their mandates. I don't care about anything they come up with. It's all trash.
It's
But
all trash.
actual
None of those laws
laws-
mean anything because we're all going to die.
We're all gonna
Actually-
die.
Gonna die, and yeah.
Susan, tell
Go
me.
ahead.
It's only been 35 minutes. The actual real laws, though, don't need to be written down or agreed upon. They're inherently known. If we were natural man in a natural man state of being, you wouldn't need to write them
Yes.
down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're innate. Yeah. And that's in India, they call
And
it
natural
dharma.
women too.
Yes.
Don't forget natural woman.
It's
Which is kind
innate.
of weird because we're all women first anyway.
Yeah, we are.
That's the weird
Yeah, we
part.
are.
We all got those nipples,
Yeah.
so we're all women first.
But
I
we're
mean,
all
natural woman law.
man.
Well,
We're all man. We just have gender, right? So female, masculine, polarity, but we're all man. We're mankind.
Mhm.
Stop dividing us. We got enough of
Not
that.
true. Not true. Not true. The false information. We all start as women first, and some of us get
Yeah.
rejected, and our boobies don't grow,
no,
and we
it's
get
the- it's the
testicles.
first
You
12
guys-
days after conception.
Right.
We're all feminine, and then on I think the 12th day,
That's when we get
that's when-
rejected,
that's
and we get our penises, and we're just
your
like the
penises-
subcategory
Your
of woman.
vaginas fall out.
They disappear.
Yeah, the Shakti
Then
is the
something
power.
happens to them.
and they go collect it on Vagina Mountain. That's where they go.
And they give us another external appendage, so when we get out of line, it's easy to correct us.
Oh,
That's
but
what I
wait,
think. That's how it shows.
seriously,
Mhm.
because in even in ancient texts and stuff, it's always man. They don't, or man and woman. They don't say human. And under law in Black Law's dictionary, human means monster, and monster under law means cannot own property. And we don't own
Yep.
property. You may believe you do.
Well-
you don't.
Nope.
And speaking of etymology, in Genesis, Adam and Eve has been mistranslated for thousands of years.
Over and
Adam.
over.
Adam is human nature, and Eve means life.
Mhm.
Human nature, which includes both masculine and feminine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
true. The
So
feminine is
That completely changes the interpretation.
yeah. The feminine
Anyway.
and feminine is called Shakti, the Shakti power. The feminine power is Shakti in Indian. And
Mhm.
those
Yes.
two powers needs to be together to have the best manifestation. So the Shakti
Yes.
is the power of the masculine, because without Shakti, the masculine is also lost. I mean, it's vice versa.
Right.
So
Yes.
that's why all
Yeah.
the deities in Indian, they have all wife. There's all wife, and like Shiva, his goddess is Parvati. Krishna is Radha. You have Lakshmi and Vishnu. You have Jesus and Mary, but they're not married. But there's the power, they work together. Always with two. Always with two. There's never one God alone.
Right.
Yeah, we have a prophet here, Christine, who used to say, "It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make things out of sight." I forgot his name.
Yeah. It makes two. It is. It
Yeah,
does. It
I think-
does.
Yeah.
It was Two Live
Because
Crew, I
if you're
think.
in
Two Live Crew?
balance-
Was it Two Live Crew?
Wasn't
I
Two
don't
Live
know.
Crew.
Mm.
Two
Ask
Live
him
Crew
Negrito.
makes me so horny.
Negrito, shouldn't it?
But if we are in balance, like if our feminine is in balance, they respect it, and the masculine is in balance, they respect it. We can
You
do
just broke it.
wonders.
I know.
Yeah, we just broke.
I'm trying to press the comment.
That looks like a sales ship.
That's Susan.
Let's angle that up.
I think we need to put it higher. I
Like
got
that.
an idea.
Okay. Gerard's got an idea.
He always
He's got an idea.
has-
Oh, there we go. All right.
People die.
Oh, it was raw bass. It takes two.
Hold the phone.
Oh, raw bass. DJ Eddie on the microphone,
takes
right?
two,
It was raw
baby.
bass.
Okay, we got it.
Oh,
DJ.
How
okay,
is
there
that
we
song?
go.
How is that song? It takes two, baby.
There
you go.
Oh,
Is that better?
Yeah.
he's talking about some
There we go. Let's angle it a little
like
bit so you can.
80s, 90s pop, rocky stuff.
There we go.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it's
When was that? Like early 90s?
me and you.
Yeah, it takes two,
That song.
baby.
Early 90s.
Yeah, I was thinking about that song.
Why are we breaking out in song?
Because we were talking about masculine and feminine. If they're nice in balance, they do wonders. When the feminine uses her feminine power, the masculine
Yeah.
is free to use his masculine power. If they both use their own power, they're both way stronger than when the feminine tries to be masculine or the masculine tries to be feminine. That destroys life, actually. That's why it's now so all those transgender stuff makes it's weak. So
Yeah.
It's
Well,
designed to
you know-
weaken human nature. That's what I mean. Like they're even like, so you guys were talking about Russia and stuff and picking sides, and like I was telling you earlier, like I really just can't stand it anymore because it's almost like I can see, like I said, like I think space is some kind of water we don't understand. I think energy, and I really can see
Yes.
these like manipulation of like energy waves that we could like weave together and really actually create crazy stuff. But
Right.
but and like
Space doesn't
like I said,
exist.
like
The Earth is flat.
Russia and we go to Russia and like I'll be all emotionally invested on that side, and it's like it's all a show. It really is, because like I don't think Russia's really in charge. I don't think America's really in charge. I think someone above that is in charge, and it's like I said, like the Egyptian hieroglyphs where you have the really big dudes that are like the gods pulling strings on the giants who are above all us human peasants, and like we don't have to do this anymore, and it really literally only exists because we make it exist. Like we have to move above this, and I know it's hard because I get into it too. I'm a fucking hypocrite, and I go on the internet and then I get all emotionally involved, and then some stupid jackass says something stupid about supporting Ukraine, and then I have to respond and get all emotionally. Do you know how awful that is as a human being? Like we
You
can't do
don't
this
have to
anymore.
respond.
We're literally just that action literally fed the Matrix more negative shit to bring this humankind down, and like that's what I'm saying. Like we so have to go. It's an age of Aquarius, outside the box. Come on, man. Everybody else, come on.
Yeah.
He can't be the only one anymore
Mhm.
because it's starting to hurt.
Yeah. So I just want to answer the
Well-
lady. She asked who my guru is. It's Sri Nirmala Devi Sri Mataji, and you can find it in Sahaja Yoga. But again, don't identify yourself with the Sahaja Yogis, but try to get everything from her, because otherwise, it's. I mean, that's why we're talking. We make groups, and I have this part, and you have the elites, and you have the VIPs, and I'm out of that. I follow her, only her, not the one who thinks.
I'm out of all groups. I'm done. I'm not following anyone. I'm not in any groups. I don't have any identities, no labels. I'm just done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've discovered the
That's what I
free
mean.
life. I'm done. I'm not a part of anybody's little party, little groups or
It's
anything
good.
anymore.
Best.
Done.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
the
do
best.
it
I mean, it
anymore.
might mean I might die. I mean, they might kill me. If you're not with a group, the humans like to come up and kill you, so that's possible. You got to be with a group where they kill you.
Yeah.
Can't stand out like a
Yeah.
Bob Marley or
Right.
anything.
Right.
But if you don't
Well,
identify, you're much more closer
Yeah,
to your
his smartest
spirit.
comment.
Oh, yeah. What?
It's tea. It's
What's that?
tea. Okay. He said,
What?
Huh?
Cup of coffee.
because I get all excited because this is why you have to live in the present, right? This is
Yeah.
why you have to, and like I said before we met, I was literally telling myself, you have to stop. You have to calm down. You cannot control the world. You want things to be free. You can't control anyone. Let it all just happen. You can
Yeah,
only
true.
control this right here, right now. That's all you can do, right? Because seriously, like because it could be pretty. Like we could do really cool shit.
Should be.
It could be great. That's what's frustrating. Like it could be wonderful
No.
here. We could be so
No.
smart.
No, you can't let the humans have nice things. You cannot let the humans have nice things because then they'll become nice people. You got to keep them artificially scarce, keep them working hard, keep them in conflict with each other. If people actually have nice things, they'll be nice people. And we don't want that.
Mm. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
what.
know.
That's how. Yeah, it works out. But the thing is good if you don't identify with anything. You're more closer to your spirit. That's why sages. I mean, in the old
Yes.
days, they went on the mountains not to be involved in anything, and that's why they. Yeah, they. Now we cannot do that,
Yes.
but that's how they got their
That-
enlightenment because they were only
I went on
identifying
a
in the
mountain.
end
That's
with the spirit.
I went on the mountain.
that's the way of Tao.
Yeah, I went on the
Is
mountain. Does that mean I'm a
is
sage,
decrease.
Christine? I went to the mountain.
Yeah, maybe you're coming close. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Anyhow, if you
The
stay there for years and you meditate without and you just live
right.
from the prana from the air, yeah, you're getting close.
The
But
practice
anyhow,
of
you don't
Tao
need to
is
do that.
unlearning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unlearning.
The practice of Tao is unlearning. Unlearning. And what does that mean? It means negating all the false, everything that is false. And then
Yes.
what is manifest. The
Yes.
light just
That's the
manifests.
light. That's
And it
the
reveals
light.
itself.
And that's again the spirit. We're there again. Yes. Which is
Right.
eternal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I wanted to point out because I'm like we're like fire. That's what we really are, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's fire. And in when we were reading this, it dawned on me in the Emerald Tablets. He says energy, but then he also says heart's fire and earth's fire. So yeah, see, there's energy, and then there's fire.
That's the spirit.
Fire.
And the spirit is the symbol of the spirit is a flame.
Yeah, even Jesus and Mary had the heart, the flaming heart. See, we're fire.
Fire. Fire. Da-da-da. You know the song?
Yeah, I know it. I don't know how I know it, but I do.
Yeah, but it's innate knowledge. Everybody knows it when you get close to it. Yeah, that's the innate knowledge. And also, children, because we are saying what is good, what is wrong, a child actually knows what is good and wrong because a child will not easily do something wrong.
No.
It always tends to please people. A child wants to please adults. He wants to make them laugh. If they're small enough, if they're already getting out of their innocence, that's different. But if they're small enough, they just want to be happy and joyful. And they will not. And if they do something wrong, they tell you. Like a child. If you ask, hey, did you take, like with the child, hey, did you take that from the table? Yeah, mommy, I did that. Or yeah, auntie, I did that. So they will be at least admit that because they're innocent when they're young. Not after. I think maybe till they're 5 years old, they're very innocent still. And they're
I wanted to answer a question. Amalde asked the question, said, what if 5G is about cloning Gerard? It is. It absolutely is. I created 5G, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of me. I'm going to make 7 billion me's.
You created 5G?
I created 5G. I'm going to
Al Gore. I didn't know you were Al Gore.
Absolutely. Al Gore, absolutely. I've changed my name a few times. I'm just kidding, Mott. So, what I can tell you...
You created everything else.
What I can tell, and the internet.
What the internet? Al Gore.
Al Gore.
She hadn't heard that old one.
Oh, how young is she? She's like in her 20s or something.
Wow, I know, really.
She doesn't know that. Good Lord.
Al Gore. I invented the internet.
There's a 10-year blackout period. Lots of things happened, and I didn't know. It was actually kind of great.
Well, okay, this is true, El Negrito. I gotta say it fast so people don't know what I'm saying. El Negrito, anytime you hear something that, is like, oh, yeah, you reminded me, El Negrito. Okay. That's an inside joke. So, Al Gore said he created the internet. He said it belongs to him. So that was a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
So we figured he created 5G
back
too.
in the 90s.
But, the only thing I can tell you on 5G is it's not for lightning fast internet. That's what I can tell you. It seems like it's more about human control than anything else.
Yeah.
So to a degree, that's a type of cloning, if you will. I'm pretty sure it was the other side, MK Ultra, right? One side of it was the whole LSD drug stuff. They declassified that because they're not doing that no more. It didn't work so well. The other side worked Part B, and they kept that quiet. And that most likely is whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What?
But yeah, but 5G, it kills you, because I know somebody who had this 5G. He couldn't stand it for 5 minutes. He got all pain in his head, and he got headache, terrible headache. He had to put it off. So I mean, it's really bad. 5G, it's really bad.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
so
know what? Pretty
Christine, I mean,
much
that's
everything is going to kill us right now.
man, and that's why I'm pretty much done.
Yeah.
I'm done. If they can have hearings in Michigan and tell you how 4G has literally caused cancer and there are documented cases of that, and they've still went ahead and did 5G without my consent, then I'll have to be honest with you. I'm just pretty much middle finger everything else. I really don't care what they do. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't really care about their laws. They don't care about me. Why should I care about them?
Exactly. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah. 5G. Let's keep it out. It's the worst. It's the worst. 5G.
Lori asked, she said, when are y'all moving in with Gerard? When that's at the last minute, Lori, you know them. They're going to wait to the last minute. They're going to wait till the aliens are coming down, the ships are landing, crazy zombies going to be walking, eating people, brains and juice everywhere. And they're going, hey, Gerard, we need some lettuce, Gerard. We need some carrots, Gerard. And they all going to wait till the last minute, Lori, till it's too late like everybody else. Gerard, did you get everything done, Gerard? Is it all done? No, I've been fighting javelinas, damn it. And I'm in cattle wars right now, Lori. Did you know that? I'm in the middle of a damn cattle war. Anyway, back to the topics. I had to vent. I'm crazy. I live on the mountain, y'all. I'm not a sage. I'm a silly. We're a little different. We'll start with S.
More, okay, whatever. Let's feed the Matrix because I'm a robot. Anyway, so supposedly we're all going to starve now because of the Russia-Ukraine, right? So we're all going to starve.
Starvation!
Right?
Because everything is grown or produced or made in Russia.
But wait. So here's the justification. Okay. Here's the strings being pulled for you to weave this of ours. So it's not about food. It's about, well, holy shit, off topic. $5,000 to fill up your car in freaking Belgium for Christine. $5,000. 5,000. 5. Yeah. How about that?
You've been waiting an hour to say that.
Totally mesmerized.
How's that for crazy?
So we need free energy. Shit. Yeah, we need free energy. That's all.
Yeah. So
now I want y'all to look at me with the same faces you made when y'all thought I was crazy, that I was gonna go just live on the mountain and I'm done with all this bullshit. Make you crazy because they all looked at me like I was crazy as hell. They're like, Gerard, you done lost your damn mind. And right now they're like, you know what? Maybe he is a sage. Maybe he saw it coming. I don't know, but if so, the thing is about Belgians, the Belgians, they can get away with that. The Belgians, I don't know, they'll get a bike, a tricycle or something. They'll walk, they'll get a walking cane. They're still attached to healthy living and stuff. America, I'm telling you guys, when we hit $15 a gallon, it's going to be a war. Mm-hmm. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Oh, what's the war going to be about? Transgenderism, black and white, red and blue,
everything,
up and down,
everything. Everybody against everybody. It's like the battle royal in WWE. Yes, blacks and whites.
Let's do that.
Yes, blacks and whites, Democrats and Republicans, left and rights, Christians and Muslims. Everybody. The CIA is going to be fighting the FBI. Homeland Security is going to be fighting the police. Air Force against the Army. And we're going to do battle royal, y'all. Just everybody, just don't even matter. Just if you live on upstairs of the apartment, y'all fight the downstairs people.
Dogs and cats living together.
Dogs and cats. There you go. And birds ain't real, damn it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Bill Murray?
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Ancient knowledge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming to the time of Atlantis. The only thing we're missing is a good pole shift. We can like pole shift the whole thing, kind of stir the whole planet of monkeys up a little bit. That'd be
maybe.
good.
The poles have been moving for a while. I think like
Yeah.
when we transition through different, like, you know, locations.
Yeah.
A
in
couple
the
years anyway.
universe, couple,
Yeah, but
like
Yeah.
everything else is moving too. And it, like I said, the energy that creates
Yeah.
our reality starts moving different ways.
yeah.
But that energy is
Yeah.
also mental. It's tied to our mind. So,
Mm.
you know, hopefully
But-
we get to a better spot.
But I thought also we're moving
Yeah.
closer to the sun. So I thought, I mean, the axis that the Earth is like going, leaning more to the sun so that it's getting much more hotter. I mean,
Yeah.
and also it enlightens in a
Now we're
Trying
heading
to
to a
brain.
dark spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
so-
in a positive way, it enlightens I mean, it's another energy, it's a higher energy. But that's
Right.
only for the people who can handle it. That's what I was thinking about, actually.
You can't handle the truth.
Mhm. Right.
no.
I'm sorry.
Well, the native peoples up in northern Canada and in Alaska have been reporting for years now that the solstices
Or in different spots.
are different, are on
Yeah.
different days now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's been going on for, I would say, a good 10 years anyway.
Well, that's
You know?
like even okay, so like the whole lining with Orion's belt, everybody agrees with that, right? But the
Mhm,
Sphinx, you know, like the age is all debated and everything, and it was placed at least 8,000
Yeah.
years old. Which I'm saying 26 to 30,000 years. That's my
Right.
estimation, but whatever. But
Right.
anyway,
Mhm.
I think it weathered during the floods, like, you know, when Atlantis got wiped
Yeah.
out, longer dries.
Right.
But damn it, what was I gonna say? Oh, but if you go back 12,600 years ago or something like that,
Mhm,
then
mhm.
the Orion constellation belt aligns perfectly with the three pyramids in Egypt. And the age then was Leo, so that the house was sunned in Leo so that would be a Sphinx gazing upon the Leo while the Orion lined up, and the Milky Way with the Nile River. That's not freaking coincidence.
Right. Well,
So that's what I mean.
the
When
head-
different alignments,
the head on the Sphinx,
things will change.
the head on the Sphinx is not original, is it?
No, it's
Yeah.
not original.
Don't some
That's
people
a
claim
whole
that
other story.
yeah.
That's a whole
Yeah.
other story. It's mesmerized. It's mesmerized.
Yeah.
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 So the
Yeah.
Sphinx is not what it should be.
Right. The Egyptians were given head. That's what happened because that's not the original head. The original head was a cat or a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's bad head.
Exactly.
That's not good head.
That was
That's
a
the wrong
lion.
head.
And you know,
Wrong head.
a lion. It was a lion, but then the wrong
This is
people.
why we keep him out in the desert, because we can't take him anywhere.
Wrong hole. Why can't I say wrong head? Wrong hole. Wrong head.
Hey, lagged for a minute.
Sorry, we're having our own live here. My apologies.
I'm not going to be an adult anymore.
No, you're done.
I told you,
Done
I'm done.
adulting.
I'm done adulting. I'm
Okay.
finished. I'm not raising any kids. I'm out here just staying alive. I'm done with. I'm just gonna live from here on out.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
I've
sorry if that
never been
offends
an adult
anybody,
and my
but
children
wrong
survived.
head.
What's that?
Huh?
I said I've never been an adult, and my children somehow survived. They're pretty quick
That's
kids.
probably how.
They're pretty
I think the
quick
best
kids,
parenting
too.
you can ever do is to be, yes. The best parenting you could ever do is to parent as a child.
Mhm.
To be childlike
Yep.
is to be close to God. Isn't that? Oh, that's a scripture. Hang
It
on.
is.
That's a scroll scripture,
Yes.
isn't it? To
Yeah,
be
it
to
It's
some.
also, it's also Gnostic. It's also the Gnostics as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Look at that. All net for me, bringing it back to ancient knowledge.
Mhm.
See that?
Yep.
I meant to do that.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
You guys are cute.
I don't have adult supervision here, and the only reason I invite John out is because he's not adult. So
Right.
We're going to play with guns. We're going to
Mhm.
drink beer. We're going to dry the backhoe and any other bees that sound like they're fun.
Yeah. So, what did you guys think though? Spirit is not energy. Yeah, that's great.
No.
I love that.
No, because, well, energy is like anything else that manifests in the physical world. It's
Mhm.
tangible. You can measure it with the 5 senses.
Let me put this in a language Susan can understand, because Susan and I, we don't think on y'all's level. That's why we let you and Christine do that thing. So Susan, we are transformers. The soul is the allspark, and the energy is the energon cubes.
There you go.
Doesn't that make
I
sense?
watched the Transformers when
Doesn't
I
that
was a
make
kid.
sense?
Yes.
This is why I don't do cannabis, because it all is working already. Look at that, Susan. Did you understand it?
Yeah, I do, but I have an issue with Metatron. You know, want to know why?
Tell us
Okay,
about
let's
Joe
hear it.
Biden. Go ahead and let it out.
Joe Biden is Metatron.
Well, he's like a Megatron without his,
Right.
his like,
Joe
so he got
Biden?
shot in the head,
Right.
and transistors are hanging out
I
and
would
wires
think
and
Klaus
stuff.
Schwab would be more of a Megatron.
And he doesn't really know what's going on.
No,
All right,
Klaus
okay.
Schwab
Go
is
ahead.
that weird ass dude that came with the last one with the black and was all wanted to just destroy everything. That's Klaus Schwab.
Galvatron.
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 Yeah.
Wait, you know what Biden is? Remember
That's a
that
big
little
kid.
tiny transformer and the chick burner eye and he kept him in a suitcase? That's Biden.
Oh, I know you're talking about the little
Yeah,
one.
that little one and kept humping her leg and shit. That
He jumps out of the radio's chest. The radio. I had the toy. The chest opens up, and he's a cassette tape, and he jumps out, and he transforms. I forgot his name.
He's like on Transformers 2, though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like real little. Yeah. That's Biden. But wait,
He's literally.
I didn't see any of the movies. I just watched the cartoons when I was a kid.
I watched the cartoons too, but I saw some of the movies.
They
Yeah,
were great.
yeah. Well, he was like a nipple. Like he just jumped out of the radio's nipples. And so he's kind of like a Biden. He's a nipple or something. Makes some sense. You know what? Huh?
Okay. So anyway, so here's because I kind of believe, right? So I kind of believe that the universe, well, I know whatever in my head, I really think the universe is like the macabre, right? But I think it's even bigger than that. I think it's like I'm not gonna say it right, a cassafedron, right? But the cassafedron macabre is basically Metatron's cube, right? So the other day, this person that is into flat earth now posted this video, and it was about 666 and like a lot of the dimensions or whatever of different planets and things, you know, in our earth, moon, all that comes out to 666, right? But technically, if you're going to break it down to 666, then you got to break that down to 18, which is 9, right? And 9 is like the master number. And then for like ascension, 9 levels of
Exactly. Yeah.
Norse mythology, not Midgard. What's it called? I can't even remember. You know what I mean? The 9
Asgard.
realms.
Yeah.
So anyway, right? So I think this is what I think, right? So because the macabre, when you shine light on it, it produces the flower of light. That's the pattern you would get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what Plato's shadow on the wall has to do with it, but that's what it makes me think of. Okay, so sorry to see how my brain works. So anyway, I think like because you have to have energy, you have to have something moving, right? Bouncing off of something that creates a sound in order to create matter. That's how I see things, right? So and I think flat earthers and us all have it confused. So I think space is not an empty void. I think it's either the dark matter that somehow the stars and the energies from the planets bounce against the vibrations from them moving, bounce against, and that somehow starts structuring our physical reality. That's what I think. So I think though too, it has to be in this like icosahedron Metatron type symbol, right?
But that's a solar system. There's a solar. I mean, we have different. How you call it? so many solar, different suns in different universes. Are you meaning that?
Yeah, and they're inside. All this is inside, kind of like a macabre shape.
Yeah, but how do you
So it
call that? That's
bounces off in order to make the matter.
yeah, but
Like
that
the
is
planets and shit.
yeah, but yeah, that is
So going along with this theory, and I dig it, right? Like space is dark matter. Dark
Yeah,
matter is a circuit board,
the dark
and
layers.
so before I left Pennsylvania, I actually got into a good discussion with a guy who contracted with a company who worked with Werner von Braun. And what he was explaining, and I was going to interview him, but I never caught up with him. Well, okay, that means I never called him, but that's not the point. I got busy. I lived with like lions. He said Werner von Braun towards the end of his life was hard to work with because they couldn't get him to do any work because he constantly kept talking about how space is an ecosystem and he wanted to focus on space being this ecosystem.
Yes.
And so that actually makes a whole lot of sense to me.
It is. It all works together. And
yeah,
like I said,
and they
it
don't go out of the and they don't go out of their mariadas. I mean, out of their boundaries because otherwise it gets unbalanced. Only Earth do that. That's why I think some civilizations keeps us more in balance. Try to the energy like the nuclear energy. They will destroy it before it can happen. So we don't have to be afraid of having a nuclear war because universe won't let happen it. We are not the only ones. That is what I believe actually very much.
Right. Well, there are people that have said that UFOs and aliens had just come over and deactivated nuclear silos.
Yeah, I believe
just to mess with the military industrial complex, and they're sending them a message like we could do this at any time. And I think also the message is that you guys are playing with fire, way beyond fire here.
Yeah.
And also this comes from an author who wrote about the alchemists, the alchemist Fulcanelli. There's a story that Fulcanelli visited Oppenheimer or one of the Manhattan Project scientists and said, "You must stop this." And of course, they ignored him.
Yeah.
Because that was a nuclear fission chain reaction was a way of opening portals for basically dark consciousness to enter this realm. And if you look at I have no trouble at all believing that, given what I know about the numerology behind World War I and World War II. Those were black magic rituals. When you study the numerology of the significance of the dates, and I bet I haven't looked at the astrology of those dates, but that's one thing I want to do is look at the astrology of the last day of World War I. World War I was kept going artificially until November 11th at 11 a.m. And that is 11-11-11, which is 33, which is a master number.
Yes.
And the generals were ordered to tell their soldiers to keep firing at the Germans until 11 a.m. Even though everyone knew that the war was going to end 5 hours later and that all of that territory would belong to the victors anyway. They kept firing. They kept shooting each other. They kept killing people. So I'm off on a rant now. Oh, well.
I'm loving it.
Okay, good.
No,
Because the reason is because they needed to seal the deal magically, and they needed to end it at 11-11-11.
I want to jump in with what Christine and Susan always say, and that is, or maybe it was Ty. I don't know. I can mix people together. And I don't think they had anything to do with each other. But that's not the point. The point is somebody I know used to say that the billionaires and the elites all follow astrology. Like they're all into it and they've always had, they have been.
Right.
Yes. So here's the thing, right? Inside of Metatron, Macabre, icosahedron, whatever thing, right? You
Yeah.
have to have a 3-compound tetrahedron in the middle. Okay.
Mhm.
So 3-compound
Mhm.
tetrahedron, 3D universe, we always say we're in, right?
Yes.
So that's why I
Mhm.
think it's like, it's almost like reflective. Well, because it's energy, but anyway, like, so that's how you would get different, and that's why you get the 3-point pyramid, because it's a bunch of just 3-point triangle pyramids together, the icosahedron tetrahedron, right? So in the middle
Mhm.
is the 3D realm, is us, right? So that's why like Earth
Yes.
is the center, and that's why like
Right.
we're so special, because it's like in this dimension the physical is created, which affects all the outer dimensions, right?
Right.
And I'm not talking about physical either, because other dimensions don't have to be physical. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
and that's why I think this realm is so special, because this is the only dimension where you can create. Our whole universe is here, but it's the only dimension where you can create physical reality, like planets and rocks and people and animals. You know what I mean? Because it's denser in the middle.
It's denser, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
There are, to add to that, there are opportunities for evolution that
and that's why,
only exist in this realm.
Right.
But the thing is,
you know, if you, yeah, go ahead.
I want to say, because we are in 3D reality, but God, if we are totally identified with our spirit, we can create whatever we want. Then we are gods.
Yes.
We are godlike then, and that is the gift from God to human beings, because He is hidden His reflection in our hearts. But if we totally identify with our heart, we can create whatever we want. And that is the gift for human beings. But that is how I understood. But human beings are so stupid. They turn all gifts, whatever they do. They don't use the gift, or they think they can do it better or whatever. Or they, anyhow, they're mesmerized by other energies or demons. But if they could really identify only with their spirit, and we will live in the most wonderful heavens we could have.
Well, that's like even your yogi,
Consistency.
the spirit is absolute. And that's what I mean too. Like, this is so special because it's the only thing we create, but I don't think we're from this realm or dimension. I actually think we're just all part. I know it sounds weird, and I don't fully understand, but we're just a part of everything, actually. Like, we really are. And so we get this opportunity, like, to come from another dimension into this physical reality to create physical reality, right? And expand the spirit consciousness to where it could go to another realm and do other things. And the spirit is absolute, so it doesn't matter if this 3D realm exists or not, because we can go to every one we want to, really. But right now, and then with the 666, and you were saying with the numerology and the whole Metatron thing, that's what I was saying. I think that it does all run on frequency and energy and sound vibration, and somehow creates things. And that's why they keep those numbers repeating, like 33 and 666, and because it does create a denser, lower reality. If we were operating on a different frequency, it would create a different reality.
Yeah, but if we are lost in matter, we forgot. Then we are totally out of the spirit. And when the spirit, like Srimati says, if you are totally lost in matter, the spirit leaves you and you don't exist anymore. And that is what dark energies do.
Yeah, like people who eat babies.
That's one theory. That's one theory. Another theory is we climbed out of primordial goo. We're hairless apes. We formed the Democratic and Republican Party, and we all should work hard to fight the forces of good with the forces of the Antichrist. So there are many theories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody liked that one. Nobody liked that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine's right.
No, it is. Yeah, that's,
you know, you can be black and white too if you want. You can be Crayola people.
But you know,
you can be Crayola people in my theory, though. You can manifest that too.
Yeah, but in the initiation, when she was in the Jonathan, when she was laying in the going through her initiation, and then she went through the darkest level from the matter. Oh, and I forgot I wanted to say, and so that she says you're that, and she was saying, no, I'm spirit. She says, I'm not the matter, and she has to say that because she was always lost. She got almost lost, but she overcome it because she was. I mean, the thing, if she was totally identified with the matter, she would have been a rock or something, totally dense, not being able to move anymore. Something that was in when she was going through initiations, but she had to be, and that was the Antichrist energy that says, no, you are not, you don't exist, there is nothing, So, and that is what actually materialism is. We're going deeper and deeper in the matter, and we forget our spirit. And if we totally forgot it, we're totally lost.
Yeah.
And normally, if we are totally spirit, matter comes to us when we need it. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to work like slaves. That's the creation.
5,000 for gas. Slavery. Oh, slavery's about to get an uptick. That's crazy, Christine. Seriously. I'm going to be talking about that for every day. I mean, I'm just going to be on the slave plantation tomorrow and I'm just going to shout out 5,000 for gas. Seriously.
Well, and I mean, just being realistic about it. I mean, what does that really tell us? It tells us that whatever Putin is doing, he is defying some very powerful people. The people who can dictate to all the nations that you must starve your people and raise gas prices. Whatever Putin is doing, he's really pissing off some very powerful globalists. I think so. No question about that.
I think so.
That's true.
Yep.
I don't think he's a sweetheart. I don't think he's a darling. I've got friends who moved here from Russia. They say he's a thug. But sometimes when the slave masters fight, you got to cheer that they're fighting each other. Whatever's going on in their world is being destabilized. That's a good thing. That's not a time to pick your slave master and which one you want to be on side with. Maybe we should just cheer on whatever's going on, because apparently it pissed off the people who dictate to the world's government.
Yeah, that is how it will crumble, because those wars needs to be played out, and I think we cannot do anything about it. Let them do.
Just naming World War II meant there was going to be a 3. They knew that back then. It has to happen.
But the thing is, she also said, I can do that next week maybe. She said, if you put so much attention on war, you create more war.
Yeah.
You have to let
well, you had a World War I, which means you had to have a World War II, right? Because it's acceptable now, which means we will have a World War III. There's no question about that. But a lot of people say, they said there really was no World War I and II. It was just part 1 and part 2 that they knew at the end of 1 that 2 was coming.
Yeah. Like Plandemic part 2 is coming.
No, part 3. Part 3, Susan.
I thought it was just a
part 3
movie, the first one.
The first one was part 1, part 2.
Yeah,
and part 3 comes out the 4th of July.
One of the French generals at the end of World War I, after that bullshit peace treaty of Versailles was signed, he said, this is not a peace treaty. This is a ceasefire for 20 years. And he was fucking right, because it was 20 years from 1919 until 1939.
Wow.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And World War I was planned in 1890 by Cecil Rhodes and Nathan Rothschild in London.
And you know what's screwed
All
up?
you got to do is read. Yeah.
back then they only had newspapers and not everybody could afford them, but somehow they reported the real shit, and then people would actually get together and fight back or go to their congressman's office and say stuff and do things, right? And now we have unlimited access to all their shit, and we're just like, hey guys, Russia sucks. We have more opportunities to do the right thing in this world, in this day and age, and we still don't. We do it even worse than they did back then. What is wrong with us?
We have more freedom and more opportunities than any other people that's ever lived, and we waste it.
We don't have more freedom.
Totally wasted.
We have the illusion of more freedom.
We can go. What I mean is, we can go to the library and look up things. Knowledge that was kept out of our hands for thousands of years.
Yeah.
It's there.
We do.
Nobody's using it.
We can move off grid and say, F the system. We can fight the power by getting out of the system.
Mm.
But it's not easy to do that.
No.
But I think that's the challenge of our day.
Gas is $5,000. No, seriously. When she said that, I was like, oh, let me translate it into US to see how much that is, right? And I was thinking 500. Holy shit. $5,400. Crazy.
Well, it's another good example of, you can't agree to a world where very few people have all the power.
Yeah.
Where very few people own all the resources, own all the oil, own all the things that bring you, food and water and life.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that'll be our learned lesson from this. And maybe that'll be a blessing that gas prices in the United States will go up to $15. We'll end up in a revolution, some sort of crazy Mad Max apocalypse.
Yeah.
And the next generation figures out that, we're not going to make the same Atlantis mistake. We'll write down what happened to Atlantis. We were a great people. We had spaceships. We flew and we did all these great things. But we gave too much power to the few.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully they'll read those Atlantis stories, those United States stories, and they won't repeat the same thing over and over.
Yeah, and then I think
I just feel like history is repeating. That's all.
Yeah. Now it's the time for free energy. Period. Point. We need it now. Now.
Right.
Yeah, but
well, I don't know if you know this, Christine, but the United States made free energy illegal. So if you actually create a free energy device and thousands of people have on YouTube, they all disappear, all their notes and research, because it's classified, right? It's against the law to make any energy efficiency device that's more than 20 or 30% efficient. So if you go out there and make new solar panels, they have to be 19% efficiency or you will get arrested and your research will get taken. If you create any form of energy that's never been created before, that's a crime. And people don't seem to understand that law they made was in 1950 something. It was the Energy Act. And the whole point of it was to make sure that the world's energy markets remain stable. But that's when they criminalize free energy. And that's why nobody can make it, even if you figure out how to do it. And there are a lot of ways to do it. Perpetual motion magnets was one of them. But if you ever do it in the United States, you're going to jail. And if you get that letter in the mail, which I used to do live streams about this, and I showed the letter. Or if you're in another country, they just kill you and take your research. That's what the CIA is for.
No, it can't be more than 20%. Like whatever standard our electricity grid is, it can't be 20% more progressive, like not efficient, like 20% ahead of the time that it is now. It has to be within 20% of, I guess, betterment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. You don't understand. I don't know how to explain it.
We said the same thing, woman. We said the same thing.
Okay, well,
I had to make sure she heard me.
I just said it uneducated, okay?
Did everyone get that? Did everyone get that? We need to repeat that?
Like they heard it normal. You got it like stereo and 3D.
I guess so.
I just yell at myself all the time up here. There's
Okay.
nobody. They can't hear me. I
Right.
just,
Hey.
Speaking of all of that, I'm blacking like catfish, white people. So we're gonna have to start wrapping this up. I don't tan. I blacken like catfish. And I don't like black catfish.
I'm the only black person in this group.
This is true. Now that's an experience. You've had more of a black experience than anybody I know, but that's not. This is in terms of skin experience, solar radiation blackness. There's a lot of different kinds of blacknesses. You should study critical blackness theory.
Oh, you know what? I just want to add, because this is what I mean, and I can't say it anymore, right? Because so that Ketanji lady who can't define the word woman, and like,
Yep.
and like thinks
What?
that like
Huh?
if someone Googles,
I didn't hear about this.
yeah, and,
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
all
hear
over.
she's gonna be Supreme Court. She's going up for Supreme Court, or she got a
Supreme Court
whatever.
nominee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Theater.
tell. Susan,
Yeah.
tell.
So she was asked to define a word woman. She said she can't because she's not a biologist, right? Which that meme I found today, that if you can't define it because you're not a biologist, it means that gender is biology. Can't
Exactly.
argue that anymore, right? So but anyway, right? And she was over this case that was for child porn, people
Yes.
downloading child porn or whatever. And she went easy on the sentencing because she was like, oh, well, nowadays, if you just Google one thing and one click, you get 100 whatever. And so you can't count, like, you don't know if he had 5 things or 1,000 things, right? It was fucking child porn. I don't
Yeah.
care if it was one. You know what I mean? Like, it was child porn. That means you deliberately sought out to freaking watch a child be abused. So, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what your point is. I
He
don't
got
know.
only 3 months. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, and everybody's just happy because she's a black woman, so it don't matter if she's qualified or not, or whatever morals
Yeah,
are,
exactly.
or her character standing or anything like that. It just, that's all
Doesn't
that
matter.
matters. And it's like, I don't understand how I'm the racist. And when I'm the one that's like, don't you think just the best person that speaks the truth and stands up for what they think is right and doesn't matter if the popular opinion that should be the person? Don't you, like, I don't understand. And they're like, oh, but the appearance and what represents. She represents supporting pedophiles. I don't know what you're talking
Represents them. Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? But then it's me that sees color for saying that, and I just can't stand it anymore. I just can't fucking stand it.
So don't get too
There are a lot
excited.
of jokes.
Don't get too excited. I fall back on what Jonathan whispered in my ear a moment ago, and it's all bread and circus. That's all it is. I mean, keep in mind that the Supreme Court is a department of a corporation. It is a for-profit department of a for-profit corporation. It has nothing to do with the Constitution. It has nothing to do with courts. It has nothing to do with rights. It 100% has to do with profit. And right now it's profitable to be on. If you're on this team, you got to believe this. It includes abuse, pedophilia, a bunch of other things. The whole, woman, gender, all of that nonsense. And that's where we are. But I just look at it as just, it's the demise of the world. People have to become so ridiculous to a point where everything collapses. And that's just where we are. But the Supreme Court, it's we don't have a Supreme Court. What you do is you have a department from within a for-profit corporation of actors who pretend like they read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and they have moral compasses. They don't. They're psychopaths, and they're going to do psychopathic things.
And it's literally all a show. Like, it really, everything is a show. We really, literally, it's all on TV. So we have no idea what's real or not. Like, none. Not like we don't. You know what I mean? And nobody ever looks at anything anymore from a bigger perspective. Like, whoa, hold up. I don't know. I'm not there. Let's look at it this way.
The best thing to do is you just turn it off.
Exactly.
Being out here, my day is about what's happening within 2 square miles of me. If it's not happening within 2 square miles of me, I literally don't care. It means nothing. I don't watch the news. I don't really care what they want to lie about, but I think people can do that on grid too. Just turn off the television,
True.
focus on your family, your life, and what's happening, and ignore the rest. And in fact, that was a call that just came in. I've really got to get going.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, it was good.
does anybody have a good wrap up for us?
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us on Philosophy in Your Face.
Just don't identify with everything outside. We are the spirit.
I'm gonna record that. And every time we end, it's gonna end with Susan saying, "Thank you," in her favorite Negrito voice. "Thank you for joining us for Philosophy in Your Face." That's gonna be our ending. You wait till next week. I'm recording. I got the soundbite now. It's a done deal. Y'all have a great day now.